Welcome to the Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast with Forrest Kelly.
Fresh handmade pasta, meatballs, tiramisu, paired wines, working side by side with an expert chef. How good are the people that are taking your cooking class at Rimessa Roscioli?
Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast.
I would say 90% of them have probably, never even made homemade pasta ever before. So it's their first time even making pasta from scratch. So no, they're more beginners. They come. It's a very light and easy cooking class. It's not meant to be a formal, master chef kind of style class. It's meant for more everyday people who are interested in, just having fun with cooking. There's also all the different pastas that are made you'll eat during the after the cooking class. Some of it's demonstration and some of it's actually cooking it or making the actual pasta. It's a mix of hands-on and demonstration. And then, like I said, you eat the pastas after and have a wine pairing with a sommelier after as well.
It can get pretty boisterous, I can imagine. It just sounds like so much fun.
It's probably one of between the cooking class, if it's a daytime experience, I'd say the cooking class is probably the most popular event that we have by far. The nighttime experience, the wine tasting dinner, is also probably one of the most, for sure, the most important experience that we have. There's also a tasting that we do called Taste the Legends, which is for more connoisseurs and, really focused wine collectors and things like that. Not even necessarily. We have different levels. There's 3 different levels of it. One menu offered at $170 per person, another one at $250, and another one at $500. So the wines will vary based on the price of the menu. So some people who are really, really, really serious might want to do the higher price menu, but it's a nice chance to taste about 10, 14 wines, all paired with different dishes along the way for the people that are a bit more into serious wine tasting. We get everybody. There's nothing we don't do. There's nothing we don't cover. There's no one we can. No, and we want wine to really be something that anybody should feel comfortable approaching. From someone who understands it to be white and red all the way. We want to be able to have different levels and different ways for people to approach it.
So in your personal wine, do you have your favorites, or are you constantly tasting new wines?
I did notice, though, that this year, because people always, one of the favorite questions is, what's your favorite wine? And I said, guys, it's impossible for me to have a favorite wine when I taste hundreds of them every year. And I actually started to notice, though, that we had one particular wine that we had made as a private label for our wine club. It's a Cesanese from Lazio, made in amphora. We tasted it and bought the entire amphora because we loved it so much. And I noticed after a period of, 6 months that we have, I don't even know how many bottles of wine open every single night, and they constantly are changing. But I started to notice that whenever that bottle was open, it's called Jarocco, I was constantly going only to that bottle. And I can still say that 2 years later, I still go to that bottle when it's open. So it's really, I think, say that I have kind of a favorite everyday wine at this point, but I'm always open. I love trying new things. I love tasting. Usually it happens that once you find a favorite, there's diminishing effects, because if you keep drinking the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, at some point you usually kind of lose a little bit of the luster that it had on those first couple of times that you were excited by it. So I also don't like to get stuck in a rut and drinking the same thing over. I like to let something surprise me from time to time.
In our next episode, as we continue our conversation with Lindsay Gabbard of Rimessa Roscioli, I finally get to talk about, because I try to be healthy, olive oil. And Lindsay puts her life in danger by revealing
olive oil should be made from olives, for starters. Unfortunately, a lot of the stuff in Italy isn't even, because the mafia has gotten their hands into that world as well.
What?
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Then I said to my wife, for justice, we must go to Don Corleone.
Before we close out the episode, I just wanted to say thank you, as in the past 6 months been hovering around the top 200 mark of the top podcasts. There are over 2 million podcasts, so we finally cracked the top 200, and with the help of you and the episodes like Rimessa Roscioli and Lindsay Gabbard, we reached a new peak of position number 136. So thank you again for listening and supporting the podcast. Really appreciate it.
The Best 5-Minute Wine Podcast.
Don't forget my favorite part.
Please like and follow. Oh.